Welcome back to today's video. I just finished my workout. My stomach is growling, but I'm gonna show you guys right now the best bang for your buck in terms of what you could get in New York. If you're in New York, you better be getting this food because it's only $7, and $7 can't really get you too much food in New York, but in terms of value, in terms of what you're getting, this $7 is worth every single penny of it for the food that you're gonna get. So for those of you who don't know, it's gonna be halal food, but for this particular video, I'm not getting it from the cart. I know a lot of people tend to do videos of them in the city, especially the halal guys. Halal guys is very popular here in New York, but I'm not in the city because it's raining right now, and also I don't want to travel all the way into the city just to get halal food. But we do have a spot here in Queens, in Fresh Meadows area, that has halal food, and it's actually not from a cart because most of the times I tend to get it from a cart. So this place is actually called the Halal boyz. Now I don't know if this is actually related to the halal guys, like maybe they're sons of the halal guys, but I think they just named the Halal boyz because you know, it's similar to the halal guy's name. Let's go get this food. I'm gonna show you guys what I usually get. I tend to get the combo meal, which has the chicken and also the lamb. All right, so let's go get this food, and then I'm gonna head back into the car and we're gonna eat it, and I'm gonna share with you guys my experience of my dirty bulking and how I went through a dirty bulk without even knowing, to be honest. Like, I was just bulking and just wanted to eat as much food as I could, because I thought that's what you needed in order to get bigger, and I did get bigger, but not the right weight. So let's go get the food right now. I'm gonna show you guys this place, and it's only $7, so remember that. For $7, watch what you get. All right, let's go get the food. Alright, so we got the goods. Now we're gonna head back over to the car. I ended up getting actually more than I wanted. I was feeling really hungry, so you'll see what I get. I pretty much got the combo that I usually get, and then I also picked up an additional thing. You can see in a little bit what it is. Decided to try it out because I had it before, but it was never really that good when you get it from the cart. All right, so back in the car. It's time to dig in. Let me show you guys what I got. Let me just get myself comfortable. I didn't want to eat it there at the restaurant because it was a bit loud. They had the door open, and it's right next to the highway, so the audio quality would have been like trash, and you wouldn't have heard my story at all. But before I get to my story of my dirty bulking, I'm just gonna show you guys the food and what I got. Let me just open this up. All right, so this is it. Here's a platter. So what's in here, for those of you who don't know, never had halal food before, it does look a bit messy. It does look a bit messy. I'm gonna show you guys right now. Right there. It does look a bit messy. This is only $7. So for $7, you get all this food. You get all this food for $7, and it's just a lot better in my opinion in comparison to any other type of food that you usually get. In comparison to, like, let's say you go out to eat at a restaurant, right? You're typically paying for something like this. You're probably paying like $14, $14, $15, $16 with the tip. You end up paying $20. So this is half the price. At this restaurant or takeout place, you can pretty much dine in as well, sit down on a table and eat. But decided to eat in my car. So what's in here? Let me just explain. It's lamb, chicken. They actually put some French fries in here. So what they do different in comparison to the halal guys is they put French fries in here, which actually complements this really well because of the texture. and it gives you that crunchy texture that this actually doesn't have. Halal food usually doesn't have it. Also, they give you more than just romaine lettuce. Usually from the carts, you typically only get romaine lettuce, but here you get some a cucumber salad. I think that's what it is. So what they have here, for those of you who don't know, they have white sauce, right? They have barbecue sauce, and then they have the hot sauce. That's the typical 3 sauce. You could ask for the green sauce, which I did on the other item. I'll show you that in a little bit, but let's eat this first. All right, let's dig in. And I already know this is good. I am a little hungry. I mean, I'm not starving, but a bit hungry because there was a bit of traffic on my way here. But I already know this is good. Nice chicken and lamb combo. If you're not a lamb fan, you could always just get the chicken. And if you're not a fan of chicken, you could just get the lamb. But I like the mix because the lamb is a bit fatty and it complements well with the chicken. If you just get the chicken, it tends to be a bit dry in my opinion. This is super good. I've been craving this. I'm gonna get started with my story, pretty much explaining, my dirty bulk story. I've actually been through it, I believe twice. Like the first time around, of course, worse than the second time around, but both times I was dirty bulking pretty much. So the first time I started dirty bulking was actually freshman year of college. So I went to college with the goal of, just gaining as much muscle as I can. Now that I finished the team sport in high school, I wasn't looking to join a team sport in college, so I wanted to lift weights and gain muscle. And that first year, that first semester of my college, freshman year, dude. Let's see if I have some photos. If I do, I'm gonna start, you'll see it throughout the video. But I pretty much weighed 130 pounds when I first started. Before I actually started really dive deep into the dirty bulk. And in my eyes, to be honest, I wasn't even dirty bulking. In my eyes, I felt like I was gaining muscle. I was getting big. I looked bigger. I was lifting heavier weights. So I thought I wasn't dirty bulking at all. At that time, I was pretty much clueless. So I was 130 pounds. And when you're a freshman at my school, you had unlimited swipes to the cafeteria. And in the cafeteria, it was a buffet style. So you could eat as much as you want. So I don't want to make the story too long. I was eating almost 3 to 4 plates of food every single time I went into the cafeteria. Maybe besides from breakfast. Breakfast was typically a bit smaller, but I was eating 3 to 4 plates of food 3 times a day, including the breakfast. And also, at night, you're allowed to get Subway, or you can also get this to-go box that has French fries, hamburgers, or you get pizza at night. So it was a lot of unlimited food, and I took full advantage of that. I didn't care. I really took full advantage of that. I ended up blowing up from 130 pounds to 160 pounds within 1 semester. Yeah, 1 semester I gained 30 pounds. People typically only gain 15 pounds in their freshman year. I've gained 30 pounds in 1 semester, 130 to 160. And the funny thing is, what I'll always remember is my mom coming to that first semester, to visit, because she never had one of her, son, or besides from me, my brother, he was local for his college, but I was upstate and actually, kind of moved out of the house during the semester. So she wanted to come visit me, and she couldn't even recognize me. She was like, "Wow, Terry, you gained a ton of weight," and I didn't realize it myself until I look back at my photos, or I actually really looked at myself and compared my photos when I first went into, oops, well, when I first went into college, and then the end of the semester. So I really didn't notice it myself until the very end. You know, I was kind of naive. I was just taking pictures of myself. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna bulk up. I'm getting bigger. And then I just started taking pictures of myself, like flexing in the mirror, and thought I was like getting a ton of muscle. I went through a cut myself, like a mini cut, but I never really did it the right way. I ended up losing my strength, losing probably most of my muscle I gained, and I was in this constant cycle. I did the same thing when I actually did a second dirty bulk. Not dirty bulk, but I started counting macros. Like this when I started understanding calories, macros. So like, let me just do this a lean bulk approach. That's what it started out with, and it just ended up me eating too many calories and gaining weight too fast. So this was in, I believe, junior or senior year, my last year. For the first 3 months of that semester, from August to December, I went from being 150 to 163, 165. So in 12 weeks, pretty much I gained a pound a week. Now, where I messed up is when I came back from college for December break, that 1 month, I got lazy from working out, but I was still eating a lot. So my lifts and my workouts were sucking, and I was still eating a lot. And I ended up jumping up to like, I think 170 pounds. But now I was like, oh, I'm gaining weight. That's good. That's what I wanted. And then I went into the last semester, pretty much just eating more and more. And that final semester, and I was like, hey, forget it. I'm gonna continue eating. And there was days where I just did not want to eat. I was going up to like 3,500 calories a day, which for me was a lot because I wasn't doing any cardio, and I was just solely focused on lifting weights. So overall, I ended up gaining more weight. I jumped from 170 to 180. That was my peak. I ended up being 180 pounds. I think I topped off graduating that year at 182 pounds, 183 pounds. And in no way that I thought I was fat at all. I thought I gained a ton of muscle. I was like, this is the most successful bulk ever. I've never been to 180s before. Like, I've really pushed my limits. You can just tell my face was freaking fat. I ended up just being a fat person, and I didn't realize it. Let's take a couple minutes here so I can switch over to the other thing I got. And I was like, alright, let me just get a falafel gyro. Because I never had falafel that was good before, so maybe let me try this place out. Let's see how it goes. So let me get to the falafel. So this is the falafel right there. Let's see if this is getting good. So I don't know what falafel is made out of. I think it's made out of like chickpeas, vegetables. To be honest, it's subpar. Probably not get it again. Continue on with my story. So I was like 180 pounds, 183 pounds. I was like, all right, this is it, man. You're a beast, man. You're a monster. You put on a ton of muscle, man. Finally, I hit my goal. But that was it, man. And then I pretty much did my own cut again. Once I got my job right out of college as a trainer. It was January. So start a new year. My goal was this was 2 years ago. My goal was to cut down from that 180 something pound, 183 pound. And I did successfully. I went from 183 to 163. Lost some strength, but not all of it. From there, I did like 2 powerlifting meets the year after, and then now I just came off of a bodybuilding competition, bodybuilding show. That's my first one. So that was my story. So my so your takeaway from my story, hopefully, my tip for you is to not bulk like crazy. The thing is, you don't need to eat big to get big. If you really want to put on muscle, yes, you're gonna have to eat a little more. But do you have to eat a ton more? No, you do not. Okay. Just keep in mind, keeping your protein high is super important. Making sure you're progressing in the gym. If you could progress your performance in the gym, I guarantee you can still build muscle by just being in a slight surplus, or just eating a little bit more than what you used to, or even just being on a calorie maintenance. And you don't need to be, going all crazy with the dirty bulk like I did. It's just not worth it. Like, it did teach me, what I did learn from it, to be honest, was to not care about like short-term gains and focus on long-term gains. Like, that's one thing I've learned from the dirty bulk that is really helpful, because to be honest, I told you guys I didn't even know. I'm sorry. So to be honest, to tell you guys, I did not even know that I was that fat. I did not know until I looked back and looked at myself and said like, wow, I was fucking fat. I was really fat. So, at that time, I'm glad I didn't care. I'm glad that I just stuck with the process. And I'm glad I just kept eating and lifting weights. And I don't think anyone told me that I was fat. But probably a lot of people thought I was fat. But in my mind, I was saying to myself, just stick with the process. Just let's get some muscle. And let's give myself a full year, or even like, I think it was a year and a half, to just bulk and build muscle, and that's it. Like, don't worry about how I look. And it paid off. It paid off, to be honest. Like, I think that time period I was the strongest, and also I put on the most muscle. So in long term, it did pay off, but I could have done it a better way. A lot of times people go through the process of like, oh, I need a bulk, I need to lose weight, I need to cut, and then I need a bulk again, then I cut, and then I need a bulk again, then I need to cut. Like, that's not healthy for your body. Like, I know a lot of bodybuilders do this. Like, they bulk, they cut, they bulk, they cut, they bulk, they cut, they bulk, they cut. Not healthy for your body. So instead, bulk a little bit. Don't like super bulk. Like, what I mean by bulk cut is don't dirty bulk like crazy and have like a 50-pound difference from where you started to where you end, and then you have to cut all that weight afterwards. So I would say give yourself maybe 20-pound, at most 30-pound difference. Anything over that, I think you're just overdoing it. So that's my recommendation. Hope that was helpful. So if you guys did find this video helpful, I'm gonna try to finish up this food right now. I shouldn't have got this gyro, and I hope you guys found this video helpful. Hopefully you could take something away from this and you can actually learn something. So if you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And also, if you want to see more content, daily content that I post daily on Instagram, make sure you follow me at TerryLynFit, of course. And also make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you can see future content and be updated with any videos that I put out. Remember, we put out 2 videos a week, one earlier during the week on fitness. The second one is gonna be on food, like today, and then where I also kind of share my story, share my experiences, so you guys can actually learn from it and don't make the same mistake I did. And to be honest, this is probably the best $7 you're gonna spend, because it's the best bang for your buck. It's food that's gonna fill you up. You just need one platter. You don't even have to get the gyro like I did. I just got it to try it out. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Later.